What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Boss Ladies Live radio show. Speaker Studios, sponsored by Boss Ladies Inc. You know what I learned this season? When some things go wrong, take a moment to be thankful for the many more things that are still going right. You know what I learned about relationships? My next relationship will be my last. So I'm not looking, I'm not worried, I'm not rushing. I want this love to find me, learn me, want me, need me, and love me in slow motion. We have forever to go, baby. You know what I learned about life? It's okay to dislike someone, but it's not okay to disrespect, degrade, and humiliate that person. Wrong or right, you're still wrong. And as far as women is concerned, the smartest thing a woman can ever learn is to never need a man.
It's the sound of the wind that is blowing my mind. It's the beat of the earth making me sleep at night. Try to live without. Did you ever know what it's all about? It's the sound of the wind that is blowing my mind. It's the beat of the earth making me sleep at night. Have you ever tried to live without? Did you ever know what it's all about? It's the sound of the wind that is blowing my mind. It's the beat of the earth making me sleep at night. Have you ever tried to live without? Did you ever know what it's all about? It's the sound of the wind that is blowing my mind. It's the beat of the earth making me sleep at night. Have you ever tried to live without? Did you ever know what it's all about?
There's a difference between wealthy and average, you know what I'm saying? The wealthy read daily, the average watch TV daily. The wealthy set goals, the average never set goals. The wealthy compliment, the average criticize. The wealthy embrace change, the average fears change. The wealthy forgives, the average holds grudges. The wealthy talks about ideas, the average talk about people. The wealthy continuously learn, the average think they know it all. The wealthy takes responsibility, the average blames others for their failures. And the wealthy takes responsibility for their failures. Think about that.
All I can do is respect it. We're all made back in Texas. I copy like Roger. garage. We could climb some trees and get perspective. Mirror right next to your bed, motion perfected. All I can do is respect it. We're roommates back in Texas. I call you like Roger. We could climb some trees and get perspective. Mirror right next to your bed, motion perfected. All I can do is respect it. We're roommates back in Texas. I call you like Roger. We could climb some trees and get perspective. Mirror right next to your bed, motion perfected. All I can do is respect it. We're roommates back in Texas. I call you like Roger. We could climb some trees and get perspective. Mirror right next to your bed, motion perfected. All I can do is respect it.
Life has knocked me down a few times. It showed me things I never wanted to see. I experienced sadness and failure. But one thing for sure, I always get up. Yeah, let's welcome DJ Pete Funk in the building, y'all. Welcome to the show.
Have you ever tried to live without? Did you ever know what it's all about? It's the sound of the wind that is blowing my mind. It's the beat of the earth making me sleep at night. Have you ever tried to live without?
This is what I'm made with. This is love. This is what I'm made with. This is love. Print with the zip up. Hi-hats with the hiccups. Dark tints on a pickup. Pineapples and liquor. Some cheese in the machine. Play the game to change it. This is how it is to be. This is what I'm made with. This is love. Print with the zip up. Hi-hats with the hiccups. Dark tints on a pickup. Pineapples and know just how to cool down California. Mirror right next to a bed, motion perfect. Why'd you wanna be around me in the first place? She said, baby, I've been down since third grade. You were satisfied with first base. I've been watching known to be providing earthquakes. You must not have heard. Yeah. All I can do is respect it. Why'd you wanna be around me in the first? I think I might love her.
Man, it's Friday night. I want a late night adventure. I want someone to call me up and say, I'm outside, let's do something. I want to go out late at night in my PJs and my hair all tied up. Maybe drive around, go to a park and just swing on the swing. Maybe sit in the grass and watch the stars, or maybe go to a 24-hour food place and pig out. I just want a late night adventure with people I like to be around. No drama, nothing but good vibes and good company. Friday night, y'all, let's get it.
Be like Roger.
Yeah, Music Maker Jam, the Magic's app. Up next, Believe in Yourself. I am Jackie B. Check it out.
We need to become aware. Let's put ourselves on the move and feel the power of music, whether it's rough or it's smooth. Let's make
Jackie B exclusive. Oh yeah. Everything around you says it can be. I'm here to tell you that is a lie. Success don't happen overnight, yeah. So make up your mind and make it your right. Be choosing who you share your dreams with. Everybody don't wanna see you. No. And it's the hurtful truth. It's the hurtful truth, yeah. But you can
but
do
you
it.
can do it. Believe.
All you gotta do is
Believe in yourself for once. Believe in yourself for once.
All you gotta do is believe.
Believe.
If you really want to succeed.
Believe.
All you gotta do is
Believe in yourself for once. Believe in yourself for once.
All you gotta do is believe.
Believe. If you really want to achieve greatness, this is your time.
What are you waiting on? Oh, for real.
Because this is your life.
Who are you waiting for? Hey. Remember who you are. It don't take much to know that you are a star. Be free. Don't worry about a yes man. Go out and do the best you can.
This is a calling. Many of you out there, listen to these words. I want you to believe in yourself. Can you do that for me? You cannot do. I need you to believe in yourself. If you can do it for them, it ain't too much to ask. I know you can do it for you. I need you to believe in yourself. This is your calling. Without a question, answer. You just gotta believe in yourself. They can't tell you different. No. You to believe in yourself. Do you believe? You gotta believe. I need you to believe. I need you to believe in yourself. Da 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 da. Believe in yourself. 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 Believe in yourself.
Ben had it. Money Matt. Check it out.
Beatstash presents another classic.
I been had the juice, no need for a bottle. Here is a proof. In it to win it, ain't never gon' lose. You sleeping on me, but you never hit snooze. I been had the juice. I am the truth. No need for a bottle. Here's a proof. I been had the juice, no need for a bottle. Here's a proof. In it to win it, ain't never gon' lose. You sleeping on me, but you never hit snooze. I been had the juice. I am the truth. No need for a bottle. Here's a proof. You sleeping on me in this game we play, there's no referee. This real life, no EA, ain't no contest for me or competing. Cause any track I'm on views, I demolish from a lyrical beat. And I gave my hello way more than a greeting. These other artists, I'm about to be traded for the feasting. Showing the game some talent, about to break these rookies back into pieces. This new era of rap ain't nothing but feces. Been nice to you for a while, gave my gestures of the good to the greedy. I ain't selfish, I'm selfless. Been had the juice, grab a paper and pen, the teachers in session. I been had the juice, no need for a bottle. Here's a proof. In it to win it, ain't never gon' lose. You sleeping on me, but you never hit snooze. I been had the juice. I am the truth. No need for a bottle. Here's a proof. I been had the juice, no need for a bottle. Here's a proof. In it to win it, ain't never gon' lose. You sleeping on me, but you never hit snooze. I been had the juice. I am the truth. No need for a bottle. Here's the proof. Hold up. Let me pull Mac down, bring Money Mac out. I'm the final equation to the question. I'm a solution, no need for rebuttal. I'm the resolution. Gas and boofing, did had the juices. Told y'all one time, blessing on foot. This ain't Houston, this Cincinnati. Every track I make, pushing like a dope at a Ranger caddy. Father in the game, you call me daddy. Big had the juice without OJ. Smoking on stogies, call them fatties. Rolling up Vegas, smoking like the casinos in Vegas. I'm all over the globe, so every trail I'm on, I'ma just blaze it, rearrange it. My flow ain't big, it's quite contagious. Anything you hear Money Mac on, yeah, he quite amazing. How he ain't signed yet, I'm independent, taping my role, it's in the making. In the mainstream throne, Liam Nelson, it's for the taking, this money I'm raking. These other artists out here acting foul, I'm calling out flagrants. I been had the juice, no need for a bottle, here is a proof. In it to win it, ain't never gonna lose. You sleeping on me, but you never hit snooze. I been had the juice, I am the truth, no need for a bottle, here's a proof. I been had the juice, no need for a bottle, here's a proof. In it to win it, ain't never gonna lose. You sleeping on me, but you never hit snooze. I been had the juice, I am the truth, no need for a bottle, here's a proof.
I've come to terms with the fact that my future might not involve people I'm around now. I get tired of doing this every time I try something new. Sometimes I had to walk away from what I want to find what I deserve. I made mistakes in my life. I've learned from my bad choices. I'll know better next time. Don't mention a person's past mistakes when they're trying to change. That's like throwing rocks at them while they're struggling to climb a mountain. Yeah, let's talk about that. We are in Reunion Season 4 on the Boss Ladies Live radio show. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Boss Ladies Live radio show, Speaker Studios, sponsored by Boss Ladies Inc. Welcome back to another show. Man, ain't things going fast? We are now in Season 4, Reunion Season 4 on the Boss Ladies radio show. And first, I want to cover some podcast statistics. The shows have been cracking, so I'll tell you the top shows on the Didisky podcast first. So far, we are with 2,671 plays, 34 followers, 452 likes, and 215 downloads. And so I'm very proud to know that everybody's enjoying the show. They're downloading, they're enjoying it, they're getting something out of it. I was just told I was doing a good job. Shout out to who we got here, DJ P Funk. Appreciate you stopping in, checking in, and everybody else that's tuned in on a regular basis or when they can. I do appreciate your support and encouragement. It keeps me going and it keeps me from not giving up. So I do appreciate everybody that supports Boss Ladies Radio Show. Don't forget the UMA Awards, Underground Music Awards, is November 17th, 2018 at the 595 East Center in Atlanta, Georgia. The votes are still up, so if you want to vote for your best podcaster, which is the Boss Lady, and a few others, you can also download, not download, but go to the website, which is undergroundmusicawards.net. Cast your votes. First, you're going to go to categories so you know who you're voting for. And then after that, you're going to cast your vote in the box. So please do that as soon as possible, because in October, no more votes will be going in as far as I am concerned, for your FYI. So, top 30 to 20 shows. We got Validation, which was 33 plays, 4 downloads. Validation is kind of like an encouragement show, you know, not getting upset when people tell you no in business. Things happen, you know, we all have failures and mistakes that we make. You know, just keep climbing that mountain, but don't throw stones, because you might be that person that need to get to the top. So if you're working to get to the top, just stay encouraged. Don't let anybody stop you, take you off your square, different things like that. And then we got an episode called Be Nice, 27 plays, 4 downloads. A lot of times we run into things and rude people and difficult people and disrespected people and fun people all at the same time. That show will put in perspective on how to be nice. Fear of Being You, 26 plays, 3 downloads. I call that the Fearless series. So false evidence appearing real. I broke that whole word down in each letter. And I find that a lot of fears that we have is stopping us from getting to the place that we want to go, getting us to our purpose in life. We are scared to get the job done, but don't fear. Be brave. That's Fear Being You. Wanting Too Much episode, 22 plays, 2 downloads. Comes from the Personally Bothered by Life series. Sometimes we want too much and we just don't have enough, but that will put it in perspective. And then we have Announcements, season 1, and with our special guests, whatever that is going to be. I got so many shows I can't remember, so bear with me. It had 22 plays, 3 downloads. The Announcements is just upcoming episodes, the events that's going on in our area as well as other areas outside of our state and country. Art of Networking had 22 plays, 3 downloads. That shows you how to network online and different things like that. And top stats for the winter months, which was January through March. That was season 1, had 32 plays, 2 downloads. You'll find out those numbers and how they were climbing in that season. And the top show, which I'm going to, talk about in a little bit, I Raised by a Narcissist, 37 plays, 2 downloads. We are talking about the narcissistic personalities, all those different types of things. I'll be going over what I'm going to do for season 5. The next one, Sex Ain't Love Part 2, 28 plays, 1 download. It comes from our Sex Ain't Love series. It was a part 2 because I think I had a cutoff, and that's Love and Relationships. Another show, Announcements, season 1, I think that was 20 plays, 1 download. Falling in Love with Life was 26 plays only. Low Tolerance was 20 plays. Why is Dating So Hard? 23 plays. Let's Holler at Park G, 38 plays. And Are You Registered? 21 plays. So thank you so much for enjoying those top shows in the Didiski podcast. Thank you so much. The Didiski podcast is pretty much music leadership industry. music leadership industry, and I wanted to break it down so our artists could benefit from the information as well. I am an artist before I'm a podcaster, so that's the reason why I started this radio show, was because I had a hard time networking and distributing my songs and getting them played on the FM AM radio station. So I came up with my own, make a long story short. So the D-Ski podcast is really for our musicians, our artists, and our comedians, entertainers of all different types. Now we're going to go to the Boss Lady podcast. With that one, we got 2,633 plays, 34 followers, 426 likes, 200 downloads. The top show was Female MCs Deserve Respect. That had 41 plays and 3 downloads. Go see with yourself why that's 41 plays and 3 downloads. And then the next one was 10 Reasons Why Most Men Can't Handle a Strong Woman. That was 28 plays, 1 download. And 12 Ways to Mess Up Your Child from our parenting series, 24 plays and 4 downloads. And then we have our health series, Why Do People Snore? 23 plays, 2 downloads. And our radio interview with Money Matt, how Money Matt got started in the music industry, 21 plays and 2 downloads. And lastly, Bosses Are Not Selfish, 21 plays and 1 download. You can find the Boss Ladies Radio Show on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google+, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. So thank you so much for the top shows on the Boss Lady podcast. That is super awesome. So as you can see, there are 2 podcasts. Boss Ladies podcast is about life, love, and leadership, business, entrepreneurship, and different things like that. And some of them I go off the subject a little bit. I might put a relationship piece in there. I might put the narcissist piece in there, family, parenting, different things. There's nothing I won't talk about. No filters here. Nobody's going to be judged here. We all can have open discussions live in the chat room. The free spin challenge is over as of tomorrow, September 1st, 2018. So participation is required to have your songs played. I'm tongue tied again. Yeah. Yes, we can definitely once you participate, and how you do that is you download, like, and share your favorite episodes, and also downloading the app, commenting in the chat room. You might be next for greatness and high achievement by getting your songs played on the Boss Ladies Radio Show. So get your bids in. You got one more day to do it, okay? I appreciate it. So, as far as season 5 goes, I want to top kickoff. The top show kickoff was I Raised by a Narcissist and Validation. So I will be covering in season 5, closing out those particular shows. I will leave those shows up since they're the top ones, because I want to make sure everybody has a chance to enjoy those. So the series for season 5 I'm going to be starting out with is manipulation of a narcissist. So we're going to be talking about gaslighting, covert versus introvert narcissists, and things to observe when, for example, dating, family, and businesses, and how they are really affected in narcissism. The other one, the top show kickoff for season 5, and we'll be doing a series, Female MCs Deserve Respect. That will consist of how to handle disrespect on social media. I definitely will be talking about that. Facebook etiquette, and why are people getting emotionally attached on social media, and what is true network marketing. We will be covering that. So, just to kick it off, let's get some EDU in our lives. And we are going to be looking at 10 signs that you're in a relationship with a narcissist. Be on the lookout for these before you get manipulated. It's by Preston NINSBA, Communication Success. And we're going to find that at www.psychology.today.com/us/blog/communication-success/201409/signs-your-in relationship-narcissist. And it says, that's enough of me talking about myself. Let's hear you talk about me. Anonymous. It's not easy being superior to everyone I know. Anonymous. Psychologist Stephen Johnson writes that the narcissist is someone who has buried his true self-expression in response to early injuries and replaced it with a highly developed compensatory false self. This alternate persona to the real self often comes across as grandiose above others, self-absorbed, and highly conceited. In our highly individualistic and externally driven society, mild to severe forms of narcissism are not only pervasive, but often encouraged. Narcissism is often interpreted in popular culture as a person who's in love with him or herself. It is more accurate to characterize the pathological narcissist as someone who's in love with an ideal self-image, which they project in order to avoid feeling and being seen as the real, disenfranchised, wounded self. Deep down, most pathological narcissists feel like the ugly duckling, even if they painfully don't want to admit it. How do you know when you're dealing with a narcissist? The following are some telltale signs excerpted from my book, How to Successfully Handle Narcissists. Yeah, write that down, guys. How to Successfully Handle Narcissists. While most of us are guilty of some of the following behaviors at one time or another, a pathological narcissist tends to dwell habitually in several of the following personas while remaining largely unaware of or unconcerned with how his or her actions affect others. 1. Conversation hoarder. The narcissist loves to talk about him or herself and doesn't give you a chance to take part in a two-way conversation. You struggle to have your views and feelings heard. When you do get a word in, if it's not in agreement with the narcissist, your comments are likely to be corrected, dismissed, or ignored. Quote, my father's favorite response to my views were, but actually, and there's more to it than this. He always has to feel like he knows better. End quote. Anonymous. 2. Conversation interrupter. While many people have the poor communication habit of interrupting others, the narcissist interrupts and quickly switches the focus back to herself. He shows little genuine interest in you. 3. Rule breaker. The narcissist enjoys getting away with violating rules and social norms, such as cutting in line, chronic undertipping, some will overtip to show off, stealing office supplies, breaking multiple appointments, or disobeying traffic laws. Quote, I take pride in persuading people to give me exceptions to their rules, end quote. Anonymous. 4. Boundary violator. Shows wanton disregard for other people's thoughts, feelings, possessions, and physical space. Oversteps and uses others without consideration or sensitivity. Borrows items or money without returning. Breaks promises and obligations repeatedly. Shows little remorse and blames the victim for one's own lack of respect. Quote, it's your fault that I forgot because you didn't remind me, end quote. Anonymous. 5. False image projection. Many narcissists like to do things to impress others by making themselves look good externally. This trophy complex can exhibit itself physically, romantically, sexually, socially, religiously, financially, materially, professionally, academically, or culturally. In these situations, the narcissist uses people, objects, status, and or accomplishments to represent the self, substituting for the perceived, inadequate real self. These grandstanding merit badges are often exaggerated. The underlying message of this type of display is, I'm better than you, or look at how special I am. I'm worthy of everyone's love, admiration, and acceptance. Quotes, I dyed my hair blonde and enlarged my breasts to get men's attention and to make other women jealous, end quote. Anonymous. Quotes, my accomplishments are everything, end quote. Anonymous executive. Quotes, I never want to be looked upon as poor. My fiance and I each drive a Mercedes. The best man at our upcoming wedding also drives a Mercedes, end quote. Anonymous. In a big way, these external symbols become pivotal parts of the narcissist's false identity, replacing the real and injured self. 6. Entitlement. Narcissists often expect preferential treatment from others. They expect others to cater, often instantly, to their needs without being considerate in return. In their mindset, the world revolves around them. 7. Charmer. Narcissists can be very charismatic and persuasive. When they're interested in you for their own gratification, they make you feel very special and wanted. However, once they lose interest in you, most likely after they've gotten what they want or become bored, they may drop you without a second thought. A narcissist can be very engaging and sociable as long as you're fulfilling what she desires and giving her all of your attention. 8. Grandiose personality. Thinking of oneself as a hero or heroine, a prince or princess, or one-of-a-kind special person. Some narcissists have an exaggerated sense of self-importance, believing that others cannot live or survive without his or her magnificent contributions. Quotes, I'm looking for a man who would treat my daughter and me like princesses. End quote. Anonymous singles ad. Quote, once again, I saved the day. Without me, they're nothing. End quote. Anonymous. 9. Negative emotions. Many narcissists enjoy spreading and arousing negative emotions to gain attention, feel powerful, and keep you insecure and off balance. They are easily upset at any real or perceived slights or inattentiveness. They may throw a tantrum if you disagree with their views or fail to meet their expectations. They are extremely sensitive to criticism and typically respond with heated argument, fight, or cold detachment, flight. On the other hand, narcissists are often quick to judge, criticize, ridicule, and blame you. Some narcissists are emotionally abusive. By making you feel inferior, they boost their fragile ego and feel better about themselves. Quote, some people try to be tall by cutting off the heads of others, end quote. 10. Manipulation. Using others as an extension of self. Making decisions for others to suit one's own needs. The narcissist may use his or her romantic partner, child, friend, or colleague to meet unreasonable self-serving needs, fulfill unrealized dreams, or cover up self-perceived inadequacies and flaws. Quote, if my son doesn't grow up to be a professional baseball player, I'll disown him. End quote. Anonymous father. Quote, aren't you beautiful? Aren't you beautiful? You're going to be just as pretty as mommy. End quote. Anonymous mother. Another way narcissists manipulate is through guilt, such as proclaiming, I've given you so much and you're so ungrateful, or I'm a victim, you must help me, or you're not a good person. They hijack your emotions and beguile you to make unreasonable sacrifices. If you find yourself in a relationship with a difficult narcissist, there are many strategies and skills you can utilize to help restore health, balance, and respect. In my book, How to Successfully Handle Narcissists, you'll learn how to maintain composure, ways to be proactive instead of reactive, 7 powerful strategies to handle narcissists, 8 ways to say no diplomatically but firmly, keys to negotiate successfully with narcissists, and 7 types of power you can utilize to compel cooperation. So then we have also available a practical guide for narcissists to change towards higher self. And then we have how to successfully handle narcissists. So check that out on this blog today, because this is an eye opener. This is some of the things that we're going to be talking about as far as the narcissism piece. So there you go, guys. That's our EDU for our lives. So when we come back, we're going to do some quote for the day. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. done by Miss Fabulous.
I done did it my way. I done did it my way. Done with these shoes of life. I wanna be happy, but here comes strife. I wanna be free, but the system won't let me. Done with bills, debts, pain. I wanna spend the money I make. Done with what others may think or say. I done did it my way. I done did it my way. Done with sheets with no relations. Done with argues with no sins. Done with issues of life. I am happy. No more strife. I done did it my way. I done did it my way. Boy, I can't fuck with you, 'cause the bullshit you put me through. Been kicking it with you for quite some time. Boy, I can't keep the loyalty back. Boy, I'm through. I can't fuck with you. I'm done with bills, debts paid. I wanna spend the money I make. Done with what others may think or say. I'm gonna be on my way. I'm gonna be on my way. Done with she's with no relations. Done with argues with no sins. Done with issues of life. I am happy. No more strife. I done did it my way. I done did it my way. Done with she's with no relations. Done with argues with no sins. Done with issues of life. I am happy. No more strife. I done did it my way.
Yeah, we are done with that drama. Up next, Don't Wanna, Samuel J. Check it out.
What it hate? Is it just a dream? 'Cause when I awake, everything that's left is gone. In the middle of the night, in the middle of a fight, in my bed, I kick and scream. In between you and I, it's a matter of time, it's a matter of everything. In the back of my mind, you were already mine, you were already on my team. Tell me if you hate, 'cause I don't wanna wait too long. Too long. Don't. I don't wait for you long. Well, tell me if you hate, 'cause I don't wanna wait. 'Cause it's all a face. Are you sick of me? Feelings of nostalgia. Back in 2008, you know we had the bass too loud, too in love, too tremble, too loud, too hard, too hurt, too hate. Know sometimes too much for you. You'll stick around if you up on that corner.
Prophet Mahmoud, I grew up on that corner. Let's go.
I grew up on that corner. 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 I miss my brother Gates, he was a real G. Turned me on to the streets, you know he schooled me. Told me watch out for the fakes and all the foolery. Be a man and never ever let them hold me. R.I.P. to Nelly, man, and Casey. When they died, it broke me down, it almost killed me. I'm screaming free Lil T and Timmy out the chain gang. We lost Tay, Fred, and Quincy to this gang bang. They said time repeat itself, but though it seems strange. Cause they daddies here before they did the same thing. Cream soda and codeine just to ease the pain. Son and listing got me leaning, I'm in another lane. I grew up on that corner. 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 On the block at a young age. Only thing was on my mind was how to get paid. In the field where it's real, we working all day. Taking chances on the corner trying to make a way. Put the press on them fuck niggas in the way. Maintain your bankroll for a fucking brighter day. Fuck them hoes, I'm in the same clothes all day. I'm in the league of my own, I ain't got time to play. Rough nigga, I got the heart of a lion. Real deal, you see a young nigga shining. I'm on the corner like a light pole. Tryna keep my pockets fat, no light pole. I grew up on that corner. 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 Loyalty, money, and respect, a young nigga wanna check. Bitch, you know I'm gon' flex, Lil Mookie been the vet. Sneak dish, you get left wet. Cashing out on all designers. Ball like the 49ers, shining hard, no big timers. I ain't never been a bitch, quick to take a nigga shit. I act crazy off a fifth. Fuck these hoes, I wanna admit. I ball out y'all on the bench. Stand on the porch or you get dripped. This 40 got a long clip, I swear to God, I won't miss. I'm from the mud, we in this bitch. Show no love to a thought. I like Rugers in the Glock. Catch me posted on the block, I'm tryna make it fuck the cops. Catch it off his body drop. I'm in love with the guap. You a thug, you think you pop. I grew up on that corner. 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 I grew up on that corner.
Prophet Mahmoud represent all the cast off worldwide. One us.
I grew up on that corner.
Talk to him, Prophet. Fred, Quincy, and Dion died the same month. 20 niggas by the stove smoking on the same blunt. 4 niggas got babies all by the same cunt. This nigga killed 4 people all with the same gun. Ballers now smoking crack, look what the game done. I'm from over here, you from over there, we just ain't one. OG's all locked up, Cube is the man now. Niggas used to have money asking for a handout. Man shot Timmy, now I'm carrying the strap now. Being come by the store, we all pull up packs out. Used to have a jump shot, now he's selling crack now. Used to be an athlete, but he's smoking blacks now.
I grew up on that corner. 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 I grew up on that corner.
Yeah, The Age of Learning Leadership by George Gazzardo. We're going to find that at georgegazardo.typepad.com/my-blog/the-age-of-learning-leadership.html. Learning from best-selling author Orrin Woodward in his new book, Leadership, has made me take a longer look at the past to learn about the 5 laws of decline. I was able to gain a clearer vision of the future when I was compelled to study the names of men and women in their 80s who did not let the 5 laws of decline or the stereotype of age affect the impact on their future. It's a list that everyone should recognize. Rembrandt, Michelangelo, Monet, Carnegie, Mellon, Rockefeller, Edison, Goethe, and Kant, to name a few. We recognize those names for the impact they had on art, business, and poetry. They all possess the leadership qualities like creativity, vision, innovation, and ingenuity. Our world would be not as full if it weren't for the gifts these leaders gave us. However, we have a stereotype about age in our modern society as we begin to expect those completing a long tenure to retire. This alone sets a precedent on how we view the role of those who are aging in our culture. Learning and creativity provide energy to our human experience. There is a long list of great names of leaders who influenced the future. They did not let past experiences limit their potential that comes with age. What will happen today if we create an active aging culture instead of a passive one? We could use our leisure for a purpose. What if our leisure was leadership? Our current stereotype seems to move people up one ladder. After a long, fulfilling career, we begin to prepare for rest and relaxation. We are taught to get ready for a change from everything we know. The long walk up a career ladder brings concerns along with it. Many people who have put in all their energies and on that ladder find out it's too late, that it's leaning on the wrong building. Being on only one ladder has left many unprepared for the rapid changes that come from the information age. Leadership with the qualities of ingenuity and innovation makes it possible to prepare for the rapidly accelerating changes coming from the information age world. Leadership and learning will marry in the information age where there will be no age discrimination. We need to rethink the geography of wealth in the information age where we can now link our assets together, although we may be thousands of miles apart. The new world will allow us to be more prepared if we develop a learning culture to our full advantage. Being prepared will happen from thinking that will come from reframing education and how we learn. Leadership will position us for the future. As in the great civilizations from the past, leaders came from all ages. Those leaders with experience were valued because they shared their experience. Their leadership and wisdom could be passed on to the next generation. Today, reframing can be done by looking at leadership as a learning industry that opens up the doors for all ages and social skills. True learning is a growth experience that oftentimes requires a different perspective about failure. Typical successful entrepreneurs failed numerous times, although we only recognize them from their success. They are given credit for success while the experience of getting it wrong was part of getting it right. Learning must go beyond the theory stage. A learning leadership culture can limit the self-doubters who put too much pressure on themselves and are controlled by image, status, or fear. Leadership can influence how we perceive failure by helping us develop a vision of the future, which gives the strength required to get through the trials we will know will be part of life. I recently had a conversation with a friend who asked why it seemed like I didn't have that many problems. Everyone was given a deck of cards that life has dealt them, although many of us hold our cards so close to our vest that no one can recognize the trials we face. If you ever wanted to trade cards with another person, you might just be surprised to find out that you want your cards back. I like the fact that we all know that life is full of hard knocks, trials, and occasional crises. It's the leadership that gives one the preparation for the trials you know will come. Leadership education is different than the type of education most of us have known. It is a reinvented form of education, but it allows us to reframe. Since leadership requires the learning and competence that comes from experience, it's important to aspire to a lifestyle of learning. For example, it's a vantage to associate with the culture of colleagues who learn. Education could be the investment and could potentially have profit incentives that come from successful performance. I remember having to go home from school with what we called homework. What if funding was available to pay back the student instead of the school? What if we continued that after we were out of school while we were in the workforce? What if we called that homework? What if we reinvented education where we could create a profit incentive to fulfill our potential to learn? Homework could be practiced and tested and could become a form of self-payment. The concept of a leadership community can be the beginning where people are the assets. This would be the best investment that would lead to a fulfilling retirement. Leaders develop a vision that helps others have a aha effect. A vision stretches people's imaginations, but still within the bounds of possibility. A vision must be clear. A vision must stick to the head and even to the heart at the same time. Take the opportunity to look into life leadership and get a clear view. God bless. George Gazzardo. And that is our quote for the day. And that's really all I had to say. Good afternoon, morning, and evening. And I will see you soon on the next show. Peace.
We are now transferring you to a customer care rep. Please hold the line and we will answer your call as soon as possible. Thank you for choosing us. By the way, to ensure you're getting great service, your call may be recorded or monitored.